In this video 3-1, we will be looking at inequalities and their graphs. By the end of the video and work time in class, you should be able to say, I can write, graph, and solve inequalities. An inequality is a mathematical sentence that uses an inequality symbol to compare the values of two expressions. Inequalities are less than, greater than, less than or equal to, and greater than or equal to. What inequality represents the verbal expression? All real numbers x that are less than or equal to 5. All real numbers x that are less than or equal to 5. 4 less than a number y is greater than 10. 4 less than a number y is greater than 10. A solution of an inequality is any number that makes the inequality true. Is each number a solution of 3x minus 2 is less than negative 1? How about 4? So we're going to take that inequality right here and we're going to replace the x with 4. So 3 times x, which now we're saying is 4, minus 2 is less than negative 1. We have 12 minus 2 is less than negative 1. 12 minus 2, we have 10 is less than negative 1, and that is not true, so no. 4 would not be a solution. How about negative 3? 3 times x, which we're going to say now is negative 3, minus 2 is less than negative 1. So we have negative 9 minus 2 is less than negative 1. So we have negative 11 is less than negative 1. And that is true. So yes, negative 3 is a solution. So now it says that we're going to be graphing to indicate all of the solutions of an inequality. So we're going from equations in the last chapter where we had an equal sign and b, if b would equal 4, that was the solution, that was it. Well, now with inequalities, there's more than one solution. So here for number 3, it says 4 is greater than or equal to b. And so we're going to graph the solutions on a number line. We're going to say 0 is here in the middle. We're going to mark 4, put a circle there on 4. Now it says 4 is greater than or equal to b. Or if you want to reverse it, b is less than or equal to 4. So anything less than or equal to 4 is what b could be. So the circle at 4, what we're going to do is shade that circle in. The reason why we shade it in here is because 4 is a solution. And anything less than 4, so we shade to the left because less than 4 is shaded this direction, and we shade all the way to the arrow, and we shade that arrow as well to show that it goes on forever. Y is less than negative 2. So if this is 0 and here is negative 2, we put a circle at negative 2. And y is anything less than negative 2. It doesn't say less than or equal to negative 2, so negative 2 itself is not a solution. So now we do not shade in the circle, but less than, we're going to shade to the left. V is less than or equal to 15. So on our number line here, here's 0. We'll say 15 is here. We put a circle at 15. And once again, it says V is less than or equal to. So that means 15 is a solution, like that first one we did in the top of the screen. And anything less than, shade to the left. C is greater than negative 5/3. Well, negative 5/3 we also know is the same as negative 1 and 2/3. And C is anything greater than that. So we'll say 0 is here. We'll say negative 1 and 2/3 is right here. Put a circle there. Now it says C is greater than, it doesn't say or equal to, so we don't shade it. And greater than would be shaded to the right. So all of these solutions I'm shading in would work in that inequality. What inequality represents the graph? So I'm going to graph an inequality. And so if we look at that graph, we see that our solutions, and we can pick any variable, I'm going to pick x, is less than or equal to -2. It's a closed circle, so it can equal -2. That's why you have to put the line underneath the less than symbol to represent less than or equal to. On this one, I'll use x is greater than, because it's shaded to the right, 1. Can't equal 1, so it's just greater than 1. What inequality describes each situation? You must be at least 4 feet tall to ride the roller coaster. Your height, we'll use h. You have to be greater than, or you can be equal to 4 feet. If it says at least, 4 would be okay. So greater than or equal to 4. The speed limit is 35 miles per hour. So your S for speed has to be less than or equal to 35. Can you say, I can write, graph, and solve inequalities? Write a summary and reflection and be prepared for the work time in class tomorrow.